Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Soraya. Today I want to talk about why we should even bother with these twin flames and being on the twin flame journey. Maybe you've experienced some challenges with your twin flame. Maybe they're not speaking to you. Maybe things are just not going the way that you want them to, the way that you would prefer for them to go. Like, why bother? Why be on this path? Why choose to be with your twin flame? I want to kind of dive into that because it may not be for the reason that you think, unless you've been following this channel for a while, because I feel like overall this message has been coming through with this work and obviously with Jeff and Shalea's teaching. So if you've been following Jeff and Shalea's teaching, been following this channel, you know kind of why we do this, what this is actually about. But fundamentally, it's about your relationship with yourself, and it's about living a life that's in alignment with who you truly are inside. And this is a spiritual journey that you have to decide to be on. It's not actually the norm. Most people in the world are not building life on the foundation of who they truly are and the most core of their being, their true authentic self, completely honoring themselves, feeling their feelings all the time, making sure that they are always loved and supported and that they're offering that love to themselves. That's not the norm in the world today. And so it requires a conscious choice and a bit of healing and a bit of loving yourself to reach that state where at the core, you're at peace with yourself and you are with yourself and you don't leave yourself anymore. And then building your life on that, what that ultimately means is living a life that feels good to you through and through. Like every level of your life, every area of your life feels completely in alignment with who you truly are. Not who you want to be, not who you want to seem like or try to be, but who you really are. And so this is a life where you get to have peace with yourself. This is a life where you live surrendered and you're not operating from a place of fear and like reacting to things on the outside. It's a life where you feel empowered, where you feel centered, and where your value system is in alignment with what actually feels good for you. So ultimately, the reason to be on the twin flame journey really isn't about being with your twin flame. Of course, that happens as a natural result of this process. But it's actually the reason to do this is because you want life to feel good. You don't want to have a midlife crisis where you're like, what have I done with my life? Oh my goodness, I'm not happy with this. You want to live a life where you're like, yes, and life feels juicy to you. It feels so good. Like as you're living, you feel passionate and everything's in alignment with you. You get to be yourself. You get to shine your light through your life purpose. You get to just honor yourself and love yourself and have a lifestyle that is supportive to you and that feels good for you, feels really rich. And so when you establish this foundation in your life, life just is always getting better. And it's about how good it feels, not how it looks, because who cares, right? Like that's not about your quality of life. How your life looks to other people isn't what actually determines good quality of life. It's about how your life actually feels. Like you want your life to feel good. You want it to feel in alignment with you. That's what's the difference between an extremely happy person and someone who's depleted, constantly trying to be happy some other way. The person who's really honoring themselves, they are ensuring that they're going to be happy because they're showing up and honoring themselves, loving themselves. That feels good right now. And when you make that choice every moment, before you know it, your whole life is literally a feel-good experience and one that's constantly growing and expanding into good feelings. And so that is why to be on the twin flame journey. Do you get to be with your twin flame? Sure, of course, you attract them. It happens every time. That's why I am an Ascension coach with Jeff and Shalea's teaching, because it's so effective and because I'm not going to waste my time. If I want to do something, it's going to work. And if I'm going to, have something with my life purpose and my career, I want to make sure that it's actually helping people. And so the fact is this is extremely rewarding. People who have been students of Jeff and Shalea's work for a while have been healing and coming into harmonious twin flame union, which is what I'm talking about, that life where you're in alignment with yourself at the core. They're doing it because they want to feel good. That's something Jeff and Shalea teach in Twin Flame Ascension School, is that the work boils down to one thing, and it's the choice to feel good. We think sometimes like, oh, well, I don't feel good now, but when I'm with my twin flame, I'll feel good. But if you're focused on when you're with your twin flame, you'll feel good, you're going to keep manifesting that you're not there yet. And you're looking towards something outside of you that's going to get you there. And you're never going to actually be happy, because happiness and joy and fulfillment is in this moment. Either you're experiencing it or you're not, regardless of what story is around it about how it's going to come one day. Either you're choosing to be happy right now, satisfied, fulfilled, and love yourself in this moment, or not. And so the reason to do this work is to live a fulfilling life that feels good to you. That is your life, not a life that you were conditioned to believe that you should have, or that you should want, or that it's going to give you something, but it never really does ever. It's about building your life on a foundation that's like really solid. I think about with Jesus's teaching, my Christian background, there's this story in the Bible about a man who built his house on sand and a man who built his house on the rock. And the ocean came, and the storm came, and all the things happened, and the house that was built on sand fell apart. The house that was built on a rock was steady and was unaffected by any of that. And that's why we want to ascend, and that's why we want to love ourselves and heal foundationally our relationship with ourselves at the core. We want to have that established, and then we can build all the things in our life, but this is about building something that's very rich and meaningful. It's ascension. Ascension means the continual improvement of the human condition, is something Jeff and Shirley have said. I love that definition because it's very simple and clear. And it's true. It's the improvement of the human condition, the improvement of the human condition in this moment. It's choosing to be with God, be with yourself, love and honor yourself in this moment. And so that's why you want to do this journey and be on this path, is because you want to be happy and you want to live a life that feels good for you, increasingly so. And furthermore, you want to have a support system around you of like-minded people who value that you get to do life with. And so that's part of the community aspect of this teaching. Twin Flames Universe, we've got a whole community here full of people who are loving themselves every day, sharing all their miracles and breakthroughs and their healing in the Twin Flames Universe Open Forum on Facebook. If you guys want to join that, highly recommend. We're all in there, and miracles every day in that community. So definitely check that out. But you want to live in a world full of people who love and honor themselves. It's a very peaceful and beautiful world. And when you choose that for yourself, you're planting the seeds for that. And you're showing others that there's a way to live that actually feels good, that is about honoring yourself, that you don't have to sacrifice and compromise, that you can have everything that you want. And maybe you thought it was something outside of you. Maybe you thought it was, I'm going to go be with my twin flame, and that's going to make me happy. But you come to find out something even greater than you could have ever imagined. And that's that you are whole and complete, and that you can be supremely happy within yourself. And then you attract your twin flame, but you're not codependent with them. You don't need them. You get to be in your power, and they're in their power because they are you. You share that. And you get to have a truly healthy and divine relationship where you're like a power couple, instead of feeling like you do something for each other and you're not going to be okay without each other. They're you. They're not someone outside of you. So you find your twin flame within, you heal that relationship on the inside with yourself, and they show up. And you don't need them in that way of someone outside of you. You love them, and you share and love together, and you walk the rest of the way together in terms of building your life on love. So that's why, to be on this journey. That's why I'm doing it. I find that the people who really are clear on this piece are the people who really experience tremendous results on the inside and with their twin flame outside of them. The twin flame manifested outside of them. Because this is what it's actually about. You get the heart of this and you start feeling passion for this. You'll go anywhere you want to go with your twin flame, you'll get there. If you have this as your clear objective, if you see that this is what this journey is really about. So yeah, it's a life where you have no regrets. You're not gonna, get older and look back on your life and be like, man, like I sold out to, the white picket fence and I didn't really want to live that life. Or I married a partner that, it was okay and there was love and respect there, but it wasn't, my heart didn't sing and it wasn't that soul satisfying core, of my being kind of love, where there's that resonance, that oneness with somebody. You don't want to have regrets, and that's why that's why you want to be on this journey, because you want to live a life that feels good now and forever. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.